And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Titch TV, and welcome to Titch and Geezer's Friday night chat along, where we're just going to chat. I'll wait for some people to get in here, but you know, the first thing that I was thinking about, obviously, is the Champions League final tomorrow, which for you would be today. You'd class it as today, wouldn't you, for the final, or not yet? I don't even know what. No, not yet. No. It's only 10 o'clock. What's the time there? Fucking hell.
No, it won't be today. This is it's 7 in the morning now.
Yeah, it is today then for you. No, it's not.
Oh, there's a Saturday game there then, is it?
Yeah, Saturday night is the Champions League. So that's
It'll still be tomorrow for me.
22 hours. Oh, it will be. Sorry, yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
22 hours from now. It's kick off. Look who's in the chat.
Well, what?
Big up, Wally. What was that?
Hey,
How
Wally.
you doing, Wally? Thanks for tuning in, as always. Yeah, what was you going to say?
Yeah, well, what time is it on there? Because it's in London, isn't it?
8 p.m. Yeah, I'm sure it's 8 o'clock. It must be 8. Let me just, or 7:45,
So
but it's probably 8.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That'd be 5 in the morning tomorrow for me.
So it is tomorrow as well. So it's tomorrow for both of us. Yeah. One sec. Champions League. Yeah, 8 o'clock. Dortmund v Real. So, you know, Wally. So yeah, we're just gonna chat. Probably be an hour and a half max, but we're just talking. So if you lot have got anything you want to talk about, put it in the chat.
Yeah,
so,
we want to talk about mate Trump. Fuck me, what he done to him. Anyway, talk about him, mate.
I'm not. I heard something on the radio today, but not a lot. So I'm not aware of that. So we'll speak about that. So the final is, I'm assuming, it's at Wembley. Yeah, it is. It's at Wembley, Wally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about the final is obviously Jude Bellingham's old club in Dortmund against his new club in his home country. It's a bit of a crazy one, isn't it, for Bellingham? Yeah. And I say old club as in last season that was his club. This season he's at Real, and then coincidentally it's at Wembley. So does that mean it's Real Madrid are going to win that game?
Yeah, he's destined then, isn't he? He's destined to have that Champions League in his pocket. Yeah, long before Harry Kane gets the trophy, you know. Another trophy in the bin for him.
I mean, can you see anything other than a Real Madrid win?
Yeah, I could. Because, like I said, any final, I don't give a shit who it is. And this happened last week, didn't it, with Man United and Man City? Man City should have pissed at it.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And they lost.
Mm.
Right, we can go back to Sunderland winning the FA Cup or Wimbledon.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, these things shouldn't happen, but they fucking do. So, but the only thing I'd say about Real Madrid, they've just got this thing about winning things. They see it off to the end.
Yeah.
You know, you see Man City in the last couple of years, they've lost a game where they should have won it. That one against Real Madrid the season before. They should have won.
Yeah.
But they were all in control to the last few minutes, and then bang, bang. Next thing, Real Madrid win. They've got this knack of just getting it done. And, it'd be hard to back against them. But a final's a final, mate. Things can happen. Things can go against you. You could have a guy sent off early for... it can always turn on a moment.
Right. I need to find something because this was it was posted on Facebook, and you know when you click on it and read it, and I thought, shit, I should have maybe screenshot it. Just about Carlo Ancelotti. Sometimes I don't like reading things out because then obviously people's got to let me finish, and then, but it's just his whole thought process, and it was quite interesting. I need to find it. For fuck's sake. I need to find this. Basically, I don't want to. He was saying that when he first started out in management. One sec. Let me just. What he says, Madrid shows up when needed. They do, especially in this competition. And big up Inky. Inky says good evening. Thanks for tuning in, Inky. So basically, what Carlo Ancelotti was saying was when he first started out in management, all he knew through was it Arrigo, Sacchi, whoever his manager, he just knew the 4-4-2. That's all he knew, and because of that, he turned down signing Baggio. No, it wasn't Baggio. It was Roberto Baggio for Parma because Baggio was adamant I play as a number 10, and he said, "Well, you know, you're not needed here." He said, as he obviously not got older, but as he started to broaden his horizon, he realized you've got to be adaptable. Sometimes you've got to tailor a team based on the players that you have. So then he said, obviously, when it came to Juve, you know, Zidane was a number 10, and now he's got rid of that whole rigid 4-4-2. I need to make a team around this guy. Then he was saying, he said, look, if you saw the way we play against Real Madrid, we don't play like, no, sorry, against Man City. He said, we don't play like that. He said, but that game, we needed to. I told my players, if, you know, basically, if we don't play the way like we need to play, we're in trouble. So then he was saying, look, on the sideline, you don't see me screaming and shouting. And he said, look, I love football. He said, but I'm not that much where it, you know, it turns him into a madman. He said, so when you see me, like, if we're winning, if we're losing, he said, I'm the same me. He said, leading up to a game, he said he feels nervous and he said, but once that whistle goes, he's just calm. That's it. You know, okay, here we go. He said it completely calm. He's got no nerves, no nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was just explaining how for him it's different players. You know, he might inherit a squad and it's got these players and he will adapt. And he said another thing is, he said, look, we lost Benzema. He said, and then he was saying, like, talking about Rodrigo and Vinicius. He said, look, they're wide players, but they're very good strikers. He said, but they're not actually strikers. Yeah. He said, I understand that Vinicius is, you know, he likes it better to come off the wing and all of that. He said, so therefore, we played Bellingham as a false nine. So even that, he got him in and thought, okay, how do we tailor this so it suits everyone? Do you understand? So it's interesting. It was an interesting read to see. Yeah, it's annoying. I didn't fucking screenshot it and save it. So give me your thoughts on Ancelotti more as a player. If you I sort of remember his name, but I don't. Yeah, like, do you remember him as a player, or he was not really?
No. I remember his name, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, so I know his name. Fuck's sake, I really could read this. But yeah, if I find that, but it was a good thing. But
yeah, this is something that Moyes didn't do, didn't he? When he came into it, you know, I mean, adapt to the players you've got and maybe play to their strengths. But he didn't. He plays to his philosophy, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. There's no other way, you know, and. That's all very well, but then you know, he was quite happy to throw Haller to the Wolves, you know, and we lose about 20-odd million pounds. You can't be doing that. He brought in Scamacca, then really played with strengths, didn't really. I don't think he knew how to play him, and then we end up losing money there. Lucky enough, not as much as we could have done. I think we lost about 7 million, but it's all money that West Ham can't be afford to lose. At a club of our size, you can't. Honestly. We'd be in this financial fair play shithole right now if we didn't have had Rice and sold him.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the Paquetá thing is another reason. I think we were going to sell it. No problem. Now he's been charged. But that 85 million, I think West Ham need that.
Needed it. Yep.
Yeah, I to keep continuing on where we're going to go, because there's no way the money that he's lost, there's no way, you know, we'd be fucking flying high here. We'd be in trouble without that Rice money. I think that saved our asses, because there's a lot of others. Felipe Anderson, you know, we lost a load of money there.
Massive loss.
Massive amount of money. We've just wasted 17 million on Corner. I mean, we're not going to get a penny for that, man. Ings, this is money down the drain. If you look, I've always said with Moyes, right? Not that we're going back to Moyes, but he's a 50%. He gets 50% signings right, 50% wrong. You can't be that anymore. You can't be that. You've got to be into that 80-90% getting it correct for a club of West Ham size.
Yeah. Right?
Chelsea can fuck about doing that. We can't. So when you look at it, that 50% has never been good enough. And Gio and Gonzo done the thing about his transfers, all of his transfers the other day, like I made them. And when you look at the chart that they put up, I was trying to add it up. It works out about 50% right and 50% wrong, which is I've always said. You know, he's made great signings in Soufal and Soucek, Bowen. You know, been great signings for us. I'd say Areola, good signings. You know, all this, but the others, you know, even the Vlasic one, gee, that's another complete. We don't know what that was because of the Russian thing. We're not sure what we lost on that. because it was meant to be 28 million. Then we said there was all talks that we're not paying it because it's for Russia, a Russian club, and fuck no, we don't know what we lost on that.
A lot.
Yeah, the Crowell loan probably cost us 4 million. Never played, didn't want it.
Philip.
And then you've got to decide, well, was half of these his signings or not? It doesn't matter. Apparently, according to him, he signs off on every signing, so it goes down to him. I mean, Ben Rama, we lose money again. The list goes on. Kera. So there you go.
How you doing, Charlie boy?
Guys,
he said cheeky late night Friday show. Yeah. I back it. Phillips loan disaster. Right. So let me just go back to, and good evening, Charlie. Let me go back to Carlo Ancelotti. His time at Everton, I remember Everton was nowhere near the relegation zone, were they? He had James Rodriguez there. They were playing a nice brand of football. I don't know how Everton got Carlo Ancelotti, but
how they got him, I don't know. No, that's probably why they went into so much financial trouble. What they paid him to get him there, I suppose. That might be interesting.
My thing is this now is, and it's hard because I still don't know all of his achievements. But I think he's won all the top 5 European division. Where does Carlo Ancelotti rank? When I've just said to you, he's basically, unlike I would say a Pep Guardiola, who he's got his system and it works, and you can know what he's gonna. He seems more adaptable than your Klopps or your from reading that, and then we watched what they done. They basically parked the bus where need be against City because they needed to find a way to win the game, and they did win the game. He bought off Cruz, bought on Modric, and it made a difference. You understand? So it's like he knows when to make subs. That same game he bought on, the other game. Sorry, he bought on Joselu. They took off Kane against Bayern. Joselu scores too. So it's also his decisions are. Yeah. So where does Ancelotti rank for you and everybody in the chat? How high or where does he rank when it comes to managers, past and present, and all of that?
So I think if you're based in Europe, you have a completely different view on him.
Yeah,
we become a Premier League bubble, don't we? Right, apart from the old Champions League we watch, we don't really take notice of their achievements there. For me, anyway, I don't.
Yeah,
because you just look at Klopp and Pep Guardiola and how good they are in the Premier League, but I don't. See, I don't even take much notice who won the Spanish league this year, Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Real Madrid won it.
Real Madrid won it, I heard. But, yeah. But then a lot of people discount that because it's either we think Real Madrid or Barcelona, and don't probably give the credit that's due to the managers. So I don't know, unless I saw exactly what he's won in front of me, I couldn't tell you, But his name's always mentioned amongst that group of managers.
Yeah.
So I have to presume, this geezer must be bloody good. And then when you watch him at Real Madrid this year mainly, I think, this boy's, he's obviously quality top manager. I'd be interested, I'd love to know the players inside that he's managed, what they think of it.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be important, because some players, they work under some certain manager and go, well, he's a different gravy, this guy. This boy knows his shit. Yeah.
Do you know, he also in that article, at the end of it, he was big enough and man enough to say, listen, I made a mistake with Baggio. I'm sure it was Baggio. Yeah, it was Roberto Baggio. He said, like, and if I could go back in time, I'd definitely, you understand? Because now he's changed and he's more adaptable. Yeah. So he didn't sign him based off him not being a good player. He's just like, you're a number 10. You're adamant that's where you play. I play with 2 centre midfielders. There's no room for you.
And he was a younger manager then, wasn't he? Back then. And you forgive that. And all managers will make mistakes like himself. But when you get to say, I don't want to keep on knocking Moyes, but Moyes, with 1,000 games under his belt, he likes to mention, I don't expect them mistakes from him with his signings. I expect him to be a lot better than that, and his choice is a lot better. But we see who he chased. He's chasing Phillips for ages, wasn't he? He's chasing Maguire. He's McTominay. So you can see where he wants to be and what his philosophy is. But some of the signings he brought in have been horrendous. after 1,000 Premier League games, fuck's sake. So, yeah, and I think he should learn by your mistakes. All managers are going to make mistakes. You don't expect it, though, when they're at the top of their career, supposedly.
So, yeah, obviously, he won the Premier League with Chelsea. League One, I don't remember his time there. It has to be PSG. I don't remember that. Serie A, he won it with at least one team. I think Juve and maybe AC Milan. Somebody confirm. Who did he win Serie A with? He won La Liga, obviously, with them. Bundesliga, who was he in charge of there? Bayern Munich as well. Like, I don't even remember him in the Bundesliga.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't remember him being in those countries.
I don't think it registers with us, in the Premier League, what they've achieved over there, because no one's not that bothered. Well, a lot of us, unless you're really into European football. I'm not. I don't take any notice of it unless I'm watching, the Champions League or Europa.
Did he? Hold on a minute. James Rodriguez was that?
He'd have to be Bayern Munich, geezer, because Bayern Munich won it for the last 11 years.
And I think he left there and took James Rodriguez to Everton with him, I think. So, yeah, but I just don't remember him being there. I don't remember him being at fucking PSG. It could only be PSG, surely.
Yeah, probably one season. And he gets no credit for that, does he?
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't get any fucking credit for that. £1 billion team. Here you go. See if you can win the league with that. I'd like to know who's in charge of PSG when they lost the fucking league last year, was it?
No, it wasn't Tuchel. No, he was at Bayern. I know Luis Enrique is there at the minute. I don't know if he was there last year. Right, let me go back to this. Titch, tell me about Ben Johnson. What's the story, Inky? I know that he was not going to renew his contract. Then he had a little spell. He's coming off the bench and doing really well. And then it was, I don't know. Charlie, Inky will know more. What's going on, Charlie, with Ben Johnson? Because I'm just out of the loop, so I ain't got a clue. Tell Inky what's going on with Ben Johnson. Is he staying at West Ham or what? Phillips loan disaster. Right, we've read that. It was one of the best managers around. Top 5, probably, definitely. I really know next to nothing about him. He's won seen this. Right, not the Betway Cup. He still ain't got that C-dub. Never the Betway Cup, not even got close. That's what I'm saying. That's when you know. Read that. Charlie, you are a wealth of information. It's one of the few things I know. Right, so what's going on with Ben Johnson? When Giza gets back, we're going to get into Leeds losing the playoff final areas. 1-0 at home. Not at home. Sorry, at Wembley to Southampton. Is that scoreline surprising? There was not many goals in that game.
Fucking hell. Bad. It's the worst feeling, isn't it? Losing that. That's worse than losing an FA Cup final. Losing that playoff final.
It is.
It means so much to get back in. If everything's on the line, man, and to do so well to get there. And then not even be able to score a goal in it. I only saw the highlights of it because I can't get it all here. So, the highlights were very few from what I saw. And not even score a goal, man. Come on, you get all to that point, and you flew through the qualifying, the semi as such, and to turn up there and nothing. Jesus, heartbreaking. I think. Be heartbreaking.
You know what? When you think about the playoffs, I know that top 2 is top 2, and then your those 4, regardless of where you finish, it's a playoff thing. So, but it must hurt a bit more when you finish 3rd and don't go up. You understand? Because exactly. We was better than all these teams points wise. Yeah,
over the year.
And then somebody, sometimes it could be 6 finishes, and and they snuck in or whatever, and but. Yeah, it must be even more harder to take when you do finish first.
It is, because you go back through the season and the games, where you drop points and you shouldn't have done. That could have got you 2nd place. It might have been just 1 game, 2 games, rather than being in this bloody playoff shit. It's horrible, man. Nothing better than winning it, and nothing worse than losing it. God, it's heartbreaking, man. So for a supporter, especially, You got to do it all over again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You got to play 40 odd games again to try and do it. Fuck me. Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah.
Right, let me get to these comments quickly. So this is interesting, right? Charlie said Ancelotti was the guy who won PSG's first league title in a decade. So he didn't go there when they was already winning it. He went there.
Right.
And they hadn't won it in all that time, which for me just puts him even up higher in that estimation.
All right, if that's the case.
So that's why I don't remember him being there.
You sure did he win it with Mbappe and fucking everyone else?
Nah, he did have them. Leeds could have come top 2. Must be heartbreaking. Yeah, they had it in their hands. Right, here we go. Johnson is probably going. Being offered another contract but hasn't accepted. Southampton, Everton, Rangers all been linked in the last couple of days. Have you heard anything about Ben Johnson?
Well, I heard he's out. He's definitely going. Yeah, was it? And it's going to go to a tribunal about our money. You know what I mean? We might end up with £1 million. That's what I heard. And Palace seemed to be the forerunner.
Palace,
that's all right.
Because look, Charlie ain't got them. He's got Southampton, Everton, and
yeah,
Rangers.
I know. Yeah, strange.
I think
Palace linked to quite a few, I'd imagine.
All those
and then Mubama's meant to be going to Sunderland for some reason.
Sunderland. Okay. We had another player go Sunderland. What was the centre back that went there? I ain't heard of him since. What was that young centre? Elise or someone? Someone went there.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't
it? Yeah. Listen, I would say if Palace are linked, out of those 4 clubs, Palace would be the best option for him. It's in London. At the end of the season, they was fucking playing some great football. I think Rangers for him would also be good because it would be a lot easier for him. Tavernier might be going Saudi to link up with Steven Gerrard. So, but I think he's better than going to Scotland. With all due respect, I think he's better than that. But for him, he could be, potential trophies and stuff like that. So, I think Palace would be the best option. And then maybe Rangers. Only because Southampton and Everton, for me, you're going to put them similar to maybe West Ham and where you understand. So, it's not really going to be a step up, I don't think.
Palace would be a great option for him, especially if they keep hold of all their players. My God. The most exciting team to watch for that last 6 weeks of the Premier League.
They were.
They were sort of doing what Tottenham were doing for the first 6 weeks. Exciting, scoring goals. Really good, man. Yeah, but it was Eze, wasn't it, that we were chasing and ended up with Ben Rama. We ended up with Ben fucking Rama. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Man, he's quality, boy. Quality. Exciting, anyway. The boy's really exciting.
No, he's a good player. Right, so what was I going to say? Hold on. Right, so Inky said the rumours have started up here in the north regarding Ben Johnson and maybe Leeds. He says, cheers, Geezer. That's Inky talking about your synopsis on Leeds missing out.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, man.
Oh, here we go. Areola was the third choice keeper at Ancelotti's PSG. Remember one season when they had about
that's right.
12 or 14 keepers, and then it showed who they had out on loan. Not then, but they had like a whole plethora of goalkeepers. Like it was crazy, like proper goalies as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Elise and Ekwa went Sunderland. Mubama being linked with them as well at the moment.
Yeah, Ekwa. That's the boy I was thinking of, Ekwa, and that Elise. Yeah.
I was gonna say. All right, that's what I'm gonna say. Let me read these, and then we get to Vincent Kompany at Bayern. 1 sec. We've only got a couple comments. I can imagine. I really like Johnson. I hope he stays, honestly, because I think he's good enough to be at least our second choice. And maybe new manager, because obviously it's probably Moyes. Moyes not there no more. So versatile, yes, he is. Just keep rubbing in. Oh, he says, just keep rubbing it in, rubbing it in. You pair.
I'm not trying to do that, Ingy, honestly. Wangers.
How you doing, Mal? Good evening, Mal. And look who's joined the chat. Southampton fan, Kieran, heartbreaking. I chuckled. Congratulations.
God, I forgot about young Kieran, mate. Yeah, he's not so heartbroken, is he? He's doing all right.
Commiseration to Leeds, obviously, and congratulations to.
Yeah, and you owe us a big thank you, Kieran, because our Downs boy. helped you do it, mate.
Yeah.
A big thank.
Flinny Esther. Kieran, evening, lads. Right, so Vincent Company, everybody at Bayern Munich. Give me your thoughts in the chat. And Giza, what's your opinion on? We spoke about this briefly last week when I said he was linked. I think you was like, I don't know if you knew, and you was like, really? But now he's signed for them. He's actually the manager.
Yeah, that's a hell of a punt for Bayern. But yeah, I suppose. Look, he walked through that championship, didn't he, with Burnley, playing good top football, and what, they hit 100 points or so, and more points than Leicester did this year.
Yeah.
So he done great. Then he went to the Premier League, and obviously, bang, I didn't have the players to play the way he was. So, which doesn't make him a bad manager. He just doesn't have the bloody tools to do the job. So it is a risk for Bayern, but what can you say? They had Tuchel. It wasn't a risk, didn't they? And they lost the league for the first time in 12 years or whatever.
Came third on the last day. They ended up.
Did they third in the end?
Yes, they was winning 2-0, lost 3-2, and then stood.
Yeah, I saw them highlights.
Yeah, so
wow.
they came third.
Well, that's under Tuchel. So is he any more of a risk? I think it could be great for company that on his trajectory he goes to Bayern, go and win the league, and then Pep Guardiola resigns and he pops over and takes over Man City. So
do you think our old boy Josh Cullen's waiting on the call? He had an
yeah, he brought him here. He's his captain. Fucking Cullen could be at Bayern Munich with Kane.
Oh God. And Kieran Dyer. I'm not Kieran
and Dyer.
And Dyer.
Sorry. Yeah.
But yes, it's a massive step up from Burnley to fucking Bayern.
Yeah.
Big step.
Yeah, it's a massive risk, but fair play to Bayern for taking it. They might see something in him and go, no, he's the kind of guy we want. That's the kind of football we want to play. Perfect. Yeah, it defies logic, really, doesn't it? It's just been relegated, badly.
Yeah.
And then Bayern Munich come knocking on your door and say, yeah, we want him. What? It doesn't sort of make sense.
That's the thing. If you're looking from across Europe, you're looking at like, what the heck? Yeah, most of the Europeans haven't even heard of Burnley. Then they realise, okay, they're shit.
Or I'm buying that skin. That skin. And
no, but they had to pay compensation. I think they ended up paying 10 mil to get him out of there. I think Burnley initially wanted 17. Turns out, I think it was 10 mil. So they've had to pay for his services, and quite a lot for a manager. Right. Malk says, "Oh no, sorry, I didn't read this. I like company. This is Kieran. Think he's decent. Big risk for Bayern though. Yeah, I can only imagine they've looked at his style of play and he stuck to his principles, and they're thinking, if he implements that with these players here, which they've got world class players, will be exciting, which they would be obviously. So we'll just see though. It's easier said than done, isn't it? Putting it into practice in a whole new league and all of that. Right, Malk says, I've been adding up the days, so didn't miss you again, which is something C can't do. He said you can't add up, mate.
That's true.
How's it going, Charlie? Kieran says Tuchel plays such boring footies too, so definitely an upgrade on that part.
Yeah.
Cullen at Bayern while he's laughing. Not bad, mate. Hope you're well. Right, you lot, before we move on, give me your score predictions, yeah? Not that we're gonna but for Bayern Munich, Dortmund v Real, tomorrow's Champions League final. We're not doing it as the prediction show. I just want to see what people are thinking the score's going to be. I'll start with you, Giza. What do you reckon for that final? Do you reckon it'll be an open final or a bit cagey?
No, I'm not sure it'll be that cagey. I think it's hard to say, Dortmund. I've seen enough of Bayern this year to tell you exactly where to go, I think. But not so much of Dortmund. So, but I just think Real Madrid go into another gear when it comes to this, and they'll win it. And I think it'll be 3-1, something like that.
3-1, yeah. Kieran says he reckons Vardrid, he calls them, but hope Dortmund win. Charlie's saying 3-2 to Madrid. Right, this is a question for everybody as well. As two young English boys, you've got Sancho, who's had to put his career, back together again after the whatever at Man United, and you've got an even younger, up and coming, future world class superstar, if he ain't already. As an Englishman or Englishmen in this chat, who would you rather win that Champions League, and why? So not the clubs, the players. Who would you rather? You probably don't care anyway, but I'm saying, if you say, actually, which one of them do you want to win it and why? Who would you pick? I'm going to go first, right? I love Real Madrid, but I'm saying Jude Bellingham is going to get many more opportunities to win the Champions League. Jadon Sancho had a nightmare at Man United. That wasn't, I don't believe, his fault. He's been written off by a lot of people. So for that reason, he's a bit older as well. He's local to me as well. He's from Kennerton, which is, it's close to me. So I would, I'd love to see Jadon Sancho, after everything he's been through, to win that. And obviously he got released by City. They wanted to keep him, but he wanted to play first team football. He left, and everyone started saying, well, they didn't need him. They've got Foden, who, they're the same age. And that. So everybody was just quick to dismiss him. Then he came to the Premier League, and obviously it didn't go well. So everyone was, let's see. Pep knew what he was doing and blah, blah, blah. He's gone back there. So for that reason, I would love to see Jadon Sancho pick up the Champions League trophy. Not saying it will, but I'm saying, so that would be my thing. What about you? Did you say, or you didn't?
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care?
No, that would be good. I think it'd be great for either of them. I think Bellingham, I think, he's going to be one of the superstars of football, isn't he?
20 years old, yeah.
Now, man. Look where he is already. Christ's sake. He's going to be an absolute superstar. So it'd be good for Sancho. Imagine, Bellingham could actually, this year, win the Champions League, his league, and win the Euros with England.
Yeah.
Is Sancho in the mix for the England squad?
I was just about to say that. Is it a surprise that he didn't make the squad? He's not in the squad.
Well, this is it. You have one, go to the Man United fiasco sort of hurt him. Was it all down to Matey, or was it a bit down to Sancho? I don't know, but they seem to have a massive falling out, and he never seemed to get a go there. But he seems to be resurrecting his game. And Dortmund, isn't he?
It wasn't instant. The Dortmund people have said it took about 2 months for him to get back to his best, and after that, he's flying. Yeah, so it's not like he just went back there and everything was good. Obviously, he had to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, it just halted his career a little bit, didn't it? But there you go. This is what sometimes these young lads shouldn't be going from that to shooting for the stars. Oh, it's Man United. Your career should really go in stepping stones to a big club and get the experience and make your name before you go flying into there and then it don't work. How many have gone to Chelsea and done that, and Man United, and all of a sudden people think they're bad players? They're not. It's just not working there, and you've got so much competition to get on that pitch. Happens to so many. Like, if Sancho had come to West Ham instead, that would be like a Kudus or a Paqueta. A couple of years, 3 years, and then take your big move. Get that experience under your belt and get first team football. All the time. You need that.
It's funny you say that, because before he went to Dortmund, Bellingham he met with Manchester United, past players and all of that, and they tried to encourage him to go there, but he ended up signing for Dortmund instead of Man United. Then
there you go.
So that is a smaller club in comparison, and then from there he's now gone to Real.
That might be the smart move. See, Now look where he is.
Exactly.
Just do it in steps. I think it's very rare for these go straight to a big club and it works straight away. It does for some, but a lot of these players are used to being a star anyway. They're top players, and they're used to playing every minute of every game. And all of a sudden, they're in a club with fucking 20 players like that, and they don't always get the start. And then you've got a manager that might, prefer a different style, or rather have them coming off the bench, and that's not where these players need to be at their stage, especially young stage of their career. When like a Foden, you see how Pep's brought him along step by step by step. I thought he should be a first team starter 2 years ago. No, not called the bench. He went, no, we'll do it one bit at a time. Yeah, can you imagine that? City had what? Palmer,
Sancho.
Foden, and Sancho.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah, let's get their scout. Get him at West Ham.
Right. Wally says 2-1 Madrid. Malk says Dortmund to win 3-2 after extra time. Right. Kieran says rather Sancho, like both, but I think Bellingham is becoming a smidgen overrated.
Oh, well, it could be. Kieran, he's got to be overrated. If you play at Real Madrid, mate, you're winning leagues with Real Madrid. You're going to be overrated, all right. But he seems to back it up.
Oh, here we go. Right. Charlie says, would have wanted Dortmund to win usually, given Madrid don't need another Champions League. But that new sponsorship with the weapons manufacturers feels wrong to me, not going to lie. Who's their sponsor?
I don't know about that, mate. Who? Dortmund?
Wow. Weapons manufacturers, you know.
Really?
Fucking hell. I think Bellingham will get loads more chances at Champions League. Sancho, I'm not convinced we'll get many more. That's what I'm saying. So, Jadon is magic since he left Old Trafford. It's true. It's definitely he needed to get out of that environment, clearly. And, you know, he's not the only one. Cristiano Ronaldo voiced his concerns about the lack of training facilities and how they weren't up to date with modern day football. And everything he seems to have said is, you know, people are even like Mike Phelan come out and was saying stuff and maybe trying to defend Eric Ten Hag, but he kind of was reinforcing what Cristiano Ronaldo was saying, like things are not good enough. Do you understand? And when there's people like Gary Neville saying, you know, the club, there's issues at deep line at the club and that. So maybe all of that contributed to someone like Sancho not working out. I love an underdog, so I would go with Dortmund. You picked 3-1, didn't you? You're going to pick 3-1. It should be a good game. All right, so sorry. That takes me back to the Conference League. What a shit final that was. Did you watch that final?
Right.
Oh, my God.
I forgot, because it's normally, you know, Conference League normally a Friday morning for me. So I got Thursday morning and I didn't even think about it. I didn't realise it was on the Thursday morning. I went, and I missed it. But I had to do the show with Budgie, you know, on West Ham Network the other night. And while we were doing it, that game was in extra time when we started. And then you start to see the comments, what's a shit final it was. And then, you know, all that to go to, you know, a goal. I haven't even seen the goal. And it gets 1-0 by, you know, an extra time goal. So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't start and watch all, because I would have done. I would have watched a lot.
Terrible.
Was it
bad? Real bad.
There you go. I mean, great for Greek football.
What's that?
Big thing for Greek football.
It was.
You know, big thing for them.
European trophy, I think, from a Greek team or something like that. I don't know what they said, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could be. They never win anything, Greek team. You know?
The guy that scored, he was the top scorer in any European competition. He was, I don't know how many years ago, he was working for his family, like doing, you know, like, so yeah, he's journeying football.
Was it the same boy that scored 5 against Villa?
Yes, him.
He
scored the winner. And to be fair, it was a good goal. So basically, the cross get whipped in. He's gone down for a diving header, but not an orthodox one. He's kind of head down, take a kick in the face. It goes in the bottom corner. Then there was about a 4-minute delay to see where. When I watched the first replay, I'm thinking, nah, man, he's onside. You can see he's onside. I'm thinking, you better not fucking disallow this goal. And then they eventually said, nah, it stands. So it was fitting that he was the guy that got the winner. It was a terrible game, but it was. I think it was a good goal, good brave goal, and you know it was 4 minutes of stoppage time extra time to go, and then it's penalties, and he stooped down and so clinical. So it was a good goal in that respect, and fitting for him. And I'm kind of glad that it was Olympiacos. I saw them as the underdogs, especially with the history of Greek football. So yeah, I did actually want them to win it, but it was a bad game.
Would you remember back when Greece won the Euros?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even qualify for that competition.
Yeah, I know.
They got. I mean, someone got banned, Russia or whatever, for a war or whatever.
No, it was Czechoslovakia got kicked out.
Czechoslovakia war, yeah. So they got their spot.
No. Sorry. No, that was Denmark. That's when Denmark won it. They didn't qualify. Czechoslovakia got kicked out, and then they had like 3 weeks notice, and they ended up winning. That was Denmark. But Greece, I think Greece, was it in Greece, or I think they did actually qualify. It was Denmark you're talking about when Czechoslovakia
Was
got
you
kicked
sure?
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went CW at Conform VAR. I want CW. I'm sure it was Greece who never qualified and then went up winning. But
'Cause
you
I
could
know-
be right. It could be
Yeah,
Denmark.
I remember Denmark didn't qualify. I think it was 1980. Shit, what was it? Anyway, 88, I think. And
Okay.
Czechoslovakia got kicked out because of the war. And then they had 3 weeks preparation, and they ended up fucking winning. I think they beat Germany in the
Oh, really?
final. I think.
Right,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. Mm.
That's crazy. So yeah, that final was bad, and luckily for you, you didn't watch it because.
Yeah.
And
I will check out the goal. I'll go and check out the goal for it. But that's about it, yeah.
You know
I'm
what,
glad I
yeah?
didn't watch it.
Recently, my missus got me a PlayStation 5 at Christmas. I'm not a gamer. And then my son, the second youngest. Anyway, he was like, "Oh, ain't you play FIFA?" I was like, no. Then I started playing it, Ultimate Team. So I think I told you, you can get coins and that, and then you can just buy players. They do like icons, like pass. You know, you can get Pele and all of that. Obviously, I ain't got him, but
Really?
so what I've been doing recently, when football's on, I've got it on my phone, but I'm playing FIFA because I'm playing the game. So I'm watching. So normally I would have done that with this fucking final. I watched the whole damn 2 hours of that final, and I'm thinking I could have just been playing FIFA and do what I normally do. You understand?
Yeah.
And I watched that fucking shit.
Yeah, was that Fiorentina 2-2, eh?
Yeah, that's bad. And you know, it's another thing. I don't know if you're aware. The manager of Olympiacos, he won last year's Europa League. He beat Roma in the final for I think another Italian team. So imagine that. He won that. His first season with Olympiacos, he wins another European trophy. So 2 European trophies in the trot.
Wow, no, I didn't know that. That's
I only knew that because they said that in
your resume, is it?
Yeah, so he won. Who won last year's Europa League? They beat Roma in the final. Who was that?
He didn't come from Seville, did he, that manager?
Oh, it might.
No.
Yeah, Sevilla. That's it. Yeah, Sevilla. Sorry, it was Sevilla, wasn't it?
Was it Sevilla then? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he won it with Sevilla,
Wow.
and then he won that one yesterday or the day before.
That's
Sorry.
pretty impressive, isn't it, really?
Really
Especially, I always give a lot of credit for the team that knocks the favourites out, and Olympiacos knocked the favourites out in Villa,
Yeah,
and
convincingly.
and quite easily too. I mean, my word.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, Dortmund announced today.
Oh, fucking hell. They're off. The Germans off again. They're having it again, are they? They'll be into Poland next week. Watch it.
Right, do you know what the name of the sponsor is, Charlie? Wally's gonna put his feeders out, see if these people know their people.
Yeah,
You
because
always said-
most of the biggest arms manufacturers are based, in America, and they're doing well at the moment. They're supplying Israel and Ukraine with all the weapons they fucking want, and they're cleaning up, mate.
Yeah.
The likes of Wally, the taxpayers in America are paying for it, but the guys who are in the Senate who got shares in all these arms manufacturers are doing all right. Thank you very much.
Right, let me actually listen. Now that we're speaking a bit of politics, one sec. I want to ask about one sec. German Ryan. Oh, German Ryan something. Ryan Ironwork. El Carby had an insane season, scoring the winner, scored something like 16 in Europe this season. Yeah, he was definitely top scorer in European competition. Not gonna lie, 1998 is pre-Charlie Lloyd. I am at a loss. This looks like it's called Rear Metal. They make artillery shells, says Wally.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, someone's got to make them.
Charlie said the final was dire. Not gonna lie, watch the second half and extra time in my pub. And my lord, still there, 2 Greek lads who lost their minds when the goal went in. Yeah, they was going crazy. And then when it went to fucking VAR and that as well, is like, oh no. Can't remember. So have Hammers got a new manager? And if so, are you pleased? Yes, we have, Mount. We've got Julian Lopetegui. Remember, he was at Wolves for a bit. He left there. He's managed Real Madrid, Sevilla, Spain, and done well at those clubs as well. So yeah, he's in charge as the head coach rather than manager. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Oh, big up Robert. Been traveling to London. I am currently. He always gets it. I am currently in Chingford.
Chingford, nice spot.
How you doing, Roberto? I knew you'd be here, mate. Where's Lawrence? Yeah, the USA is cashing in on all the new wars. Hey, Robert. Big up Charlie boy in the house. Charlie, we're just chatting, so it's not the usual form. It's chatting, and now I want to find out what these are talking about. So, what's going on with Donald Trump?
Oh man, the witch hunt. There's been a witch hunt of old Trumpy boy. They had 34 charges against him, mate, and he'd been guilty in all 34. So,
do they relate to him whilst he was the president?
I think a lot of it is the campaign before he became president, the funds and all that. Mate, I have no doubt there's something dodgy in there somewhere, but it's always been done. This has never been done before, right? Where the regime that's in place at the moment are threatened by Trump. Trump, when it goes to elections, I think in November in America, all the polls are saying Trump was going to piss it in, right? He's going to do it because Biden's a mess. The country's a mess. All these policies, the open borders, everything's going to shit there. I mean, there was no wars when Trump was in charge. Now there's fucking war breaking out everywhere. But they're doing very well out of it. And he's a direct threat to that presidency now. And they're the ones that have just crucified him and witch hunted him and made sure that they got him in court and done him. So they're getting rid of their opponent. You got to, whether there's any guilt on all the shit he's done or not, they've all got skeletons in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, she should be in jail. She's a fucking absolute thief and a dodgy bitch, right? All of them. And fucking Biden's just a puppet. He just stands there pretending to be sane. He's not. So they got him and they've done him. Now I think this could major upheaval in America with this. Because I mean, I'm not sure how it works there. Wally might be. They are felony charges, Wally. So does that mean he can't stay in the race for president, or can he go to prison? Because they think he'll go to prison over it.
Shit. Can
he go to prison and still be voted in as president? I want to know that bit. I don't know if that. Some people reckon he can, and I reckon this might give him more support because it looks like a witch hunt. It looks like this is what they're doing, And I've always said it. When I said it to young Kieran fucking 2 years ago, mate, he'll come back and they'll go for him. They'll try and get rid of it. And I thought they might even assassinate him to stop him getting back, because he hasn't really got the support of his own part, all of his own party either. They don't like him because he don't play the game, mate.
Yeah.
You're in the American politics. You play the game. Everyone gets paid.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't play the game. So there's a lot of Republicans that don't particularly want him because they're losing out on money, mate.
Right. Malk says he can still run office in prison, and what he
says, if he does, he could be the first president to be in prison.
And he says no, he can't. Yeah, obviously he's agreeing he can run for prison. Now, I said many years ago, I don't follow politics. I don't follow any news at all. But I did say I heard from these people that are actually in the know, and they said Donald Trump, his main objective was to take control of the central banking system in America. Now, to do that, he is totally going against the system. You understand? He's going against that. JFK was another one that wasn't on board with these people. He almost tricked them into thinking that he was like, one of them, and that's why they ended up assassinating him, because he was not necessarily like on board with being a puppet, basically. So like I said, I'm not in the know, but all of what you're saying, it definitely for me would imply it's definitely a witch hunt, because obviously
definitely witch hunt. Look, I ain't saying he's not guilty on some of this shit. They all are, though.
They all are. Exactly.
They don't, but that doesn't mean they necessarily go after. I mean, Hillary Clinton, they could have gone after her when he was in charge. They could have gone for her because there's a lot of evidence about her, about shit she was up to, right? So they didn't. So it's sort of don't go after him. Just beat him at the polls, or beat him with your policy or everything else. And because all they do is slag him off non-stop. They've been calling him a racist. Every word they can throw out, especially their own media, CNN and that. They just don't stop saying it. And if you say it enough times, people believe it.
Yeah.
But now they've gone for it, and they've done it. So to me, it stinks. You've gone for him because you're scared of him. You're scared of him, man. He's going to win it, and you're scared.
You know what the funny
Wow.
thing is? The funny thing is, obviously, like I said, I don't follow it. You know, I know he's been labeled a racist for since he was in there. But all the black people, no, I won't say all because that's a lie. Any majority of black people that you hear online and that, they will openly say Trump done more for black people than Obama did. Now, I said when Obama was put in there, he was actually put in there. He wasn't elected in. He was put in there as another puppet, right? But they're saying, you know, all of these immigration where Trump is saying, like, you know, we need to, all of these, Obama mentioned all of these things as well. He was just trying to reinforce it, but they're saying it wasn't highlighted. But once he started trying to implement these changes, he now became like, you know, racist but he's got black people actually want him back, and they're the ones that are saying he's actually done more for us in this country, which obviously the history with American black people, he's done for us, good for us. Do you understand? So
the ones in the know that, right? But the trouble is, the black communities in America traditionally vote Democrat.
Yeah,
because they believe they'll do more for them. They don't. The truth is, they don't.
yeah.
The facts are they don't. Trump, like you said, done more than Obama ever did. He done more for the black communities than fucking Biden will ever do.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't see it. There's, I think when I grew up many years ago, the Democrats, and for me, this is how I saw it back then. People voted on the man, and not necessarily the party. Whether he was going to do something good for America, whether that be JFK, Reagan, Carter, for the man. But now it seems, because of all this media and social media especially, this divisive shit that I believe the Democrats bring in of racism and homophobic and all that, they've divided that. We vote for Democrats and we vote for Republicans. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody crosses the aisle anymore. Nobody does that, looks at the man who's best for the job. Because if you are sane in your head and you looked at Biden, you would never, ever vote for that man. Even if Trump's a worst alternative, a bad alternative, you'd fucking rather vote for him than that lunatic, right? He can't even put a sentence together. I mean, honestly, and the open borders says, we don't know if there's 2 million, 3 million, 4 million have come across them borders. It's crazy. And they don't know who they are, what they are. A lot of them are asylum seekers. A lot of them ain't. Fuck me, man. I mean, it's just mental.
Wally, sort your country out, mate. Robert said, what's in the news? Been out of it since 10 this morning. No, nothing that you ain't already seen, Robert. I just wondered what's going on with Trump, only because I heard him mention and I heard something on the radio.
Hang on, man.
I follow politics, have done since that little shit Blair. Yeah, some dodgy characters. Let's be real. Trump fucked around and found out. They just get a fine from this, but the other outcoming could be different. These were misdemeanors that were beyond the statute of limitations. Okay. Jesus should be on CNN, says Inky. I'll leave that on screen actually. Inky, right. First of all, what he says, these were misdemeanors that were beyond the statute of limitations in regards to Trump's.
Is that what it? Yeah, I heard that, Wally. I wasn't sure. It just none of it made sense. The charges didn't seem to be clear and obvious. These charges, but plus they held it in New York, which is he's got no holding up there because they're a real Democrat city. And this is mental. They're such a Democrat. They was inviting all the illegal immigrants up to New York. Yeah, we'll come here. It's a, what do they call it, a haven city. Yeah, fuck me. 2 months later, all the locals, especially the black communities, are going, fuck off, fuck this lot off. Because all the shit that they were getting, the illegals were getting. And all of a sudden, their funds are being depleted because they can't afford it. Yeah. And then all this new crime in the streets in New York, and they're going, so be careful what you wish for. There you go.
Right. Inky said Geezer should be on CNN.
Yeah, I don't think CNN will want me.
Right. They came up with another way to make crimes felonies.
Oh, did they? Well,
and a New York City jury will always convict Trump, as Geezer just said.
Exactly. And a judge, and a lefty judge, a Democrat judge. He was always compromised. You know, he was never going to get away with it there.
Right. So Malk says Obama runs the White House for the globalists behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's about right, Mel. As does Biden. As does Biden, mate.
See, look, thumbs up from Walito. Top lad. Bow. I used to hate Trump too, but the way the deep state went after him.
Yeah, exactly, Wally. I mean, look, he ain't the best alternative, Trump, but they did go after him, and it stinks. It's wrong.
Truth is, Trump would have, this from Charlie, probably would have got away with everything wrong he's done if he didn't want to be president. But increased scrutiny means he's got found out. Should have stayed on The Apprentice.
Exactly that. They've gone for him because they're threatened, though, Charlie. I mean, he wanted to get the presidency back. He loves it. He's an egotistical lunatic. But my God, he's still better than that prick they got in there. He's a puppet for all these big companies, high tech, Pfizer, the arms companies. Biden is supporting all them. Don't worry about that. They're doing very, very well. Thank you very much.
So Wally says, Charlie, that's what I used to think, but he was actually an effective president. He got things done.
He did actually, yeah.
And that's the thing.
All the stats, all the stats that came up after his presidency, mate, he done really well. America was doing well. The unemployment rate was right down. He put China in their place. There was no wars going on. He put Korea in their fucking place. You know, he done well for the black communities. They reckon the unemployment in the black community was the lowest it's ever been. They were doing well. But the big corporations weren't doing so well. And if you saw his attitude against COVID at the beginning, he fucking was going, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about that. I think it was right because he's wanted everyone to be vaccinated in the world because there's billions and billions and billions of dollars involved.
And everybody's scared. Fearful.
Yeah, and they scared everyone into it.
No new wars under Trump. All good, twin. Hope you're well. Right, let's change the subject a bit. Let's go to, I don't know if you're aware of the boxing. So, for the first time in 25 years, we have a unified heavyweight world champion in Alexander Usyk, who beat Tyson Fury to obviously win all of the belts. Was you aware of that?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I couldn't get the full fight here, you know. So I watched the long highlights of it. Fuck me, it looked like a great fight. It looked like a really good fight. And looked like Usyk. Fuck me, had him. How he stayed up, Fury, in that last thing. I think the referee saved it.
Yeah,
had him on the rope. I think the referee stepped in, gave him a standing count, but I think he was gone. But he done well. He survived for the next couple of rounds, and I think he might have won the last. But two of them, fuck me, they were going for it hard. Yeah, good. That Usyk looks fucking another gravy, that boy. But yeah, brilliant.
He was obviously a cruiserweight. I think his last fight at cruiserweight was against Tony Bellew, I think. And you know, he destroyed him, and Bellew was full of praise for him. And obviously, he then stepped up. He's the first person to defeat Tyson Fury. Do you think it makes sense? I think there's a rematch clause. So do you think it makes sense?
I think it's already done it.
Oh, so they've agreed for the next fight, yeah?
Well, I was watching a TalkSport thing the other day, I think with Warren on it, and they put a date up. I think it's December. Okay. December 21st.
Yeah.
I think they're rematching it, mate. Yeah,
what do you think Fury needs to do different in the rematch to win?
Knock him out.
I don't think it will be for all the belts, because I think he now has to relinquish at least one of them for somebody else mandatory. Where he can't fight them, he's mandatory because he'll be fighting Fury. That belt goes, and two other people might fight. So it won't be for undisputed. But obviously, it would set up a trilogy. And I think Tyson Fury is probably looking for now a couple good paydays. I think in an ideal world, Tyson Fury wins this fight. They fight one more time as a trilogy. And then he fights Anthony Joshua, and then he retires. And by then, that's a whole big lot of money. I think in his mind, that's got to be the plan. But I think for him to beat Usyk next, he's got to put on more weight. He's probably got to be bigger. He's probably got to be a little bit more the dark arts, you know, like leaning on. He's done it in other fights where, you know, where possible, he's lean on and put all his weight on it. He's not, you know.
Yeah, he done that with Matey, didn't he? The American boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he done that with him, didn't he? He just smothered him.
Yeah.
Killed him with that weight on top of him all the time, and then jabbed him well, pop, and then really good. That boy, I think he was a bit too open fury from what I saw. Listen to the comment, the talksport. He's a bit showboaty in it, which is
that's
silly thing.
Not
silly
thing. You can't do that. So I think he's got to be ugly against him and just try and nick rounds rather than be open and showboaty. Yeah, just win ugly, which would be a horrible spectacle. It wouldn't be a nice fight to watch, but I think for him, that's what he needs to do.
And anyway, Usyk's got a West Ham shirt. He's been supporting it. Man and boy, he's been supporting West Ham. Usyk.
Has he got a West Ham shirt? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was what's his name, Yarmolenko.
Yeah.
Gave it to him.
Yeah. Okay. One sec. Let me just see what he's got. Right, here we go. Malk says countries are creating conflict on the street, which the end result will be martial law. We beware of Labour. What's that? Davos party. Davos. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's Davos or Davos.
Well, you know me, Malk, mate. These demonstrators would be a different thing if I was in charge. They wouldn't be going there every week demonstrating. I'd have the water cannons out, rubber bullets, everything, tear gas. Soon sort them out.
What's the Davos?
There you go.
What does that mean? Davos party.
Don't know. That rings a bell, but I can't place it.
I wasn't sure if it was Davos or Davos, and I thought because
I think it's Davos.
Because it is in this country, I thought Davos sounds Spanish, so it must be Davos. Right, Wally, I remember talking to you on Spanners with Ray after the election about stuff. I ain't exactly a Biden boy either, to be honest. Oh, I hate boxing since Joe Fraser packed up. Joe Fraser. Like
Fraser, wow.
Who's your top 3 heavyweights? I've heard of Joe Fraser, but I've never obviously watched him fight.
I think Fraser's up there, mate. But Malk's talking of an era that boxing was, for us, we were so blessed in having Frazier, Foreman, Muhammad Ali, and there was others. Just Spinks. There was so many great fighters around. Joe Fraser was a fucking animal, man. You know what I mean? He was a bit like Tyson. But what a fighter. He didn't stop. They had some great fights, him and Ali. And so he had some brilliant. We were really lucky with great heavyweights, especially at the time. There's so many good ones. Yeah.
What do you want? No, go to bed, man. Sorry. Yeah, and they was like, some of them was like, was it 16 rounders and all that shit back in the day? Like back
15, I think. Yeah, I think he had 15 rounded times. My God. So many great fighters,
man. George Foreman, was he a good heavy? Was he a proper boxer? Yeah. Yeah,
George Foreman as well. But Ali done him, and that was it. The Rumble in the Jungle, or the other one? It was one of them. Jungle or the other one.
Thriller Manila, was that them?
Thriller Manila, yeah. That was one of them. Was Foreman, mate. He done him. Ali, that was his rope-a-dope. Fuck it. He just sat on the ropes and let Foreman hit him till Foreman ran out of steam, and then he popped him. Pop, and boom. Foreman was gone.
Letting the old school heavy, letting them beat you up just with a game plan. Like that's enough.
And they reckon Foreman hit like a fucking sledgehammer. Even if it's hitting your gloves, they reckon the power of it was frightening. And he was doing that for round after round against Ali. And he was just now and again popped him with a jab. But right at the end, he caught him fucking bang, bang, bang. And he had nothing left, Foreman. He just punched himself out. Brilliant. Great.
Wait, hold on. This says crikey tits. Stop watching lying crap like BBC's. I don't watch BBC. I don't watch anything, Mal. So what is that in reference to? Because I don't watch. That's what I'm saying. When I say I don't follow politics and that, I'm not up to date even with the football news. So I don't watch. I haven't watched the news for years, and I'm talking about years and years and years. I don't believe the news.
I sort of know more about what's going on in America than I do in the UK these days. Because I'm not interested in it. They're all, to me, politicians cover them with a fucking blanket, mate. They're all fucked. They're all dodgy as fuck, mate. They're all working for the man, and that's the problem.
Rematches in December for those two. Davis equals WEF. What does that mean? Davis. That maybe that's the Davos thing he's talking about. So Davos equals WEF. Yeah. So what he says that Davos means equals WEF.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm not sure what that means. Davos.
Yeah, don't watch the BBC.
Oh,
do not
Norton
watch the BBC.
was
Norton.
Norton was he? I've never heard of him. What's his first name?
Fucking forgot.
Joe beat Ali. Joe Fraser beat Ali.
Yeah, that was a great fight. He never stopped coming forward, Frazier. Always coming forward. Always coming forward. Shortish guy for a heavyweight, but built like a brick shithouse. Yeah, Marciano, I'm going back a bit there, sir. Rocky Marciano, another great fighter.
All right, I'll award 10 points if you can name the record. Joe Sang, no cheating. One sec. Malk says, because you don't know the danger coming, Titch. I don't, yeah. What do you mean, Malk? Yeah. Please elaborate on that. Joe Lewis, Larry Holmes. Yeah, what song did Joe Fraser sing?
Did he sing a song, Mal?
Yeah, name the record Joe sang. No cheating.
I can't remember. Didn't I? Did. Maybe I do when I hear it, when you say it, but didn't I say it? It weren't Bubbles, was it?
Oh, sorry. Let me put Charlie sent me this picture. Thanks for that, Charlie. He just sent me while we was talking, and I put it in here. Let me just put this on. It's going to cover up. Oh, no, it won't. There we go.
Oh, you got the photo.
Yeah.
Here he is. I'm pretty sure Yarmolenko gave it to him because they're both Ukrainian boys, aren't they?
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, something like that. Good lad. He's one of ours, mate. Man and boy. One of ours.
Right. Let me just oops. Go back here. Right, let me go here. Malk says, and look, World Economic, World Health Organization, fake man-made climate change. I believe in all of that shit. I know about that shit. I think what's it? HARP. HARP is meant to be the weather, fake weather sort. Yeah, HARP. I'm sure that's the anyway. But yeah, I know all of this. Yeah. So we won't get into that. We'll probably our channel will get fucking taken down where we're speaking about shit. But a lot of I understand. That's why I don't watch the news, Matt, because like I said, a lot of it is most of it is just lies and bullshit, and also that fear mongering. Everything is be scared and everything's bad and blah blah blah. When I'm talking about years, 20 odd years. I just don't. Yeah, I don't. So all of this, I understand. So this doesn't surprise me. But also, I don't consume myself with the negative stuff that is out there. You know, it's there. All of this stuff, you just got to know what you know and then leave it at that. You understand? I went down that rabbit hole years ago and it kind of consumes you. You know, when you dig deep about what's really going on in the world and how, you know, a lot of it is just a stage. So, yeah, I'm trying to just play ignorant to a lot of it. WRF, World Economics Forum. That's what Wally was saying. WEF. Yeah. World Economics Forum.
Right. Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they want to keep us as poor as they can.
Yeah.
Not get too fucking high up in the thing, and then stay rich as they can.
Yeah, as poor as we.
And they've got it sus. That's why they don't want Trump in there.
Yeah, as poor as we can be poor, as powerless as we can be, as scared as we can be, as docile as we can be, and that stems from the TV you watch, the food that you eat, and all. Yeah, it's everything to keep you.
The big thing in America, especially with the mainstream media, is to divide everyone.
Yeah,
keep people divided, they won't come together, and that's why they. You know, if you watch, don't watch it, but I've seen clips of them. Outrageous, that view. All them fucking women around that thing. Honestly, they all need fucking shooting. They're a fucking disgrace. How they?
What? Is that in this country?
No, in America.
Oh,
Joe Behar and Whoopi fucking Goldberg's on there.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
They need shooting. The things they say, and they're always slagging Trump off. They're always calling him a racist. They're always calling him a homophobic. They're always calling him everything. But the idiots that watch that show believe what they're saying. They believe it, you know. So it's got a lot of clout, because if you say something often enough, I always say it will stick. Doesn't matter if it's true, and it's not true. Doesn't matter if it's true, but you say it often enough, and that's what they try to do: divide, especially the black and white thing in America.
Always.
They're claiming it's racist, everything. It's white supremacy. It's this. And then when you hear some of these top rappers that go on thing and say, "Well, where is this fucking racism? Where is it?" You say, "I do a show, and 70% of the people in there are white."
Yeah.
They're not showing me any racism. I am where I am today because of white people as well as black. So where is this racism that they keep saying it every day, every day, every day? It does. Most of it doesn't exist. Racism exists, but the way they promote it as a tool to vote against, it's only about votes.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. And it's wrong, because you're trying to divide communities, and they're doing it. The mainstream media are doing it. It's wrong.
And
You've got, you know what I mean? If you read between the lines and look a bit deeper, you'll find it's not the big nightmare that they think it is.
No, I think, especially in America, when you see like I said, I'm not. But when you see like the youngsters and that, they don't really see racism, and it is just more when you keep getting pushed through the media and these tactics.
Yeah.
These new generation, it's not really a thing. The color it's not a thing. It's not really.
No.
It's not where it used to be. It's not, and you can see that.
But they'll make it a thing in these kids' heads.
That's not. It doesn't fit the status quo where you need people at war. You need people divided.
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't. They do. You understand? You need all this. You can't have people getting along and everything's nice and and that's why in history there's always, if there ain't a war, there's a plague. COVID was the recent one. There's terrorism. There's always something to keep the people on their toes. There's never just peace and harmony. You understand? There's always something manufactured just to keep everybody scared and fearful. Always throughout history.
Because you remember when the COVID thing just popped like that? Trump kept saying the word purposely every interview, and he went China. The China disease. China disease.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone's saying, he's racist against fucking Chinese now. It's nothing to do with the Wuhan lab. And then America denied it had anything to do with the Wuhan lab. It had nothing to do with it. We weren't funding it. And it's come out recently that America were funding some of the research at the Wuhan lab. They had to backtrack in the Senate. They denied it back then. And now they're saying, they were.
Yeah. They
were funding it. It's more and more likely it did come out of the Wuhan lab from shit that they were sponsoring. So where does that leave everyone? And everyone who said it at the time was a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
You're an anti-vaxxer. You're a conspiracy theorist. People like myself were castigated. But there you go.
Right. Joe recorded "Knock on Wood." His backup group were called the Knockouts. Great voice.
Really?
That sounds familiar.
He had a good voicemail. I don't remember hearing that. "Knock on Wood" was by Tina. Was that Tina Turner? No, I forgot. I remember the song well.
And Wally says, we were funding it. So Wally,
Yeah, right. It's all coming out, see? But like I said, when you questioned it at the time, you were slaughtered. Everyone got slaughtered by saying, America would have nothing to do with China in a lab in there. Did they create it? Did they create this virus so they could fucking then treat the world where Pfizer and the other fucking big farmers made, I'm not talking 1 billion, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. You scared the world. Billions.
You had a computer-based, was it Bill Gates, who was the face of the vaccine and that, because he had a vested interest. Why would he have any interest in a vaccine when you're
loads of them backed it. Even Piers Morgan was on his fucking show telling everyone, if you don't do it, you're a fucking anti-vax, you're a disgrace. He's apologized for them comments since.
Yeah, too late.
Because he was telling everyone, if you get the vaccine, then you can't spread it, which was a lie. But according to him, that's what the scientists told him. And he's had to apologize since for saying that, because it weren't true.
See? Spreading that on a big platform like Piers Morgan, spreading lies. misinformation.
Exactly. Say things enough times, mate. People believe it. But there you
Right.
go. Anyway, get away from it.
Right. What we got? Kind of thing. We spoke about the Champions League. We've probably got 15 minutes. What else? What are you got? Yeah. What you
Fury.
got? Yeah.
What is his old man headbutted one of their cases? Split his own head. Fucking idiot. Fucking knobhead. But there you go. We're always going to lose after that, mate. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. He just seems to be. He needs the attention. He needs the limelight. He thinks, you never had a boxing career like that, but he treats himself like he's the Gypsy King. You know, he's Tyson Fury, rather than just be in the background. Yeah, he's embarrassing, man. You're embarrassing your kid.
The typical thing of boxing, though, isn't it? It probably helps put bums on seats and views, doesn't it? So,
but yeah, the rematch should be interesting. I don't know if you don't really follow, but there was another Scottish guy, Josh Taylor, who fought against Jack Catterall. The first fight was like 2 years ago, and Josh Taylor was a favorite. Catterall beat him easily, and then got it was a travesty. The judges went with Josh Taylor. Anyway, they fought again on at the weekend, and Catterall got the win. But now some people are saying that, that Bob Arum, the old guy in boxing. He I don't know if he's but he come in and saying it's a disgrace, and into the ring. Josh Taylor won that fight, and blah blah blah. But
I heard something about that.
Yeah, he came in the ring straight after the fight, and whilst they're still in the ring, the fighters and saying disgraceful. But from what I saw of it, it looked like Catterall won that fight as well. But he definitely won the first fight and got robbed. But that's another one that's probably going to have a third fight, just so that they can determine a majority winner. What we got here? Malk says Eddie Floyd in the 60s and Emil Stewart in the 80s. They're the ones that sung that song, Knock on Wood.
Amy Stewart. Yeah, that was it. Malk, you're right. Amy Stewart. Wow.
I
didn't know that Eddie Floyd one.
Oh, hold on. Look, Darren's it. One sec. I know Joe Fraser did The Harder They Come, a cover of Jimmy Cliff's song. Do you remember that? Joe Fraser singing that. Look who's in the building. Big up Darren Higgins. Morning all.
Good night, Darren.
Long time, Darren. I hope you're well. And glad to see you as well, on the screen. But yeah, glad. Oh shit, I forgot. No. Right. So this is so random, yeah. Eminem, obviously his alter ego is Slim Shady. You know that?
He got what?
His alter ego is Slim Shady.
Yeah.
So that would be with the bleached blonde hair. Anyway, he released a song maybe in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I did. I haven't watched it, but I did see they'd released it. Yeah.
So it's gone back to. It sounds like a Eminem from back in the day, but they're using the. I heat up, I can't cool down, but living around and round. He's using that sample.
That beat.
Yeah, so it's like Eminem back in the day. So I only heard it today, but so then straight after that in the car, I played the original because I used to love that song. Abra, abracadabra. You know that song? Yeah. So he's using that sample. It's the songs anybody that knows that song, just listen to obviously it's Eminem, but it takes you back to Slim Shady where he was where he's more jovial in his raps. He's just he's just having a laugh and that. So to do it at 50 or whatever, it's good. And that song, I used to love that song. So straight after that, I just put on the original in the car. Who sung that song?
Fuck
I didn't even know the artist. And even when I saw
it, I don't think they had many hits, wherever it was.
Nah, because even when I saw the name of the artist, I think I don't recall that name. I just know the song from back in the day. Let me get Robert will know. The song is called. No, sorry, the artists are called. But I remember growing up, that song was. Let me see. Right, who sung that song? It's called Steve Miller Band.
Oh yeah, no, they did have a lot of hits. Steve Miller.
I've never heard that name before.
Yeah. Steve Miller Band. They were quite big back in the day. Yeah, not huge, but they're big enough.
What country are they from? England or America?
I'm not sure. I think they're English, but
I always thought it was English.
No, it might be American. Sure. It might be American.
Oh, here we go. Joe's song was named "The Bigger They Come," I believe, though. So it was called that Knock on Wood, but he named it The Bigger They Come.
The harder they fall.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, look.
that.
See, look. Yeah, look, he knew. Robert knew. Steve Miller Band.
Robert's here, Steve Miller Band. Yeah, remember him well.
So, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
check that out. Like, I'm not like a massive Eminem fan. I like, yeah, you know, like, but it was refreshing to hear. Because even now, music, right? I don't really listen to any new music. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just so like.
Got shit about it.
Yeah, so then when I saw Stevie Nicks reacted to it. I didn't see that. I saw someone else react to it, and I thought, because it just popped up on my timeline, so I thought, oh, let me listen to it, and yeah, it just takes you back to.
Do you remember that song I told everyone about? I don't know, a year ago. Oh, fucking hell, his name come out yet.
The guy, the ginger guy, is he like gingery?
Yeah, the big bearded boy in America. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, and as soon as I heard it, I told Kira, I said, this song is gonna be massive. It's a fucking anthem. Right, Anthony, isn't it? Something. Wally knows the boy well.
It's Carl. No, not Carl. Is it Fitzy?
No.
What's his name?
What his name's going out of my head. Oh, fuck me, Anthony. Anyway, it's Anthony. I can't remember. Terrible. But it came on my thing the other day, and I said, this is going to be massive, Kira. And everyone reacted to it in America, you know, with the reaction channels or whatever. Oliver Anthony. Thank you. Thanks, Wally. Oliver Anthony, right. And I'm watching it the other day. That song has got 127 million views.
Fucking hell.
On YouTube. 127. That's just on YouTube. Damn. Fuck me, man. I knew it straight away as I heard it. I said to Kieran, there, look. I told you. There was something about that song that resonated with so many people and the lyrics. So, yeah, brilliant. Well done with it.
That's yeah. Look, Wally says Steve Miller Band are from East London. Can't believe you never heard them. That's his side of the water. I'm South London, so and
Steve Miller, yeah. My memory's fucked, but I remember him well, Steve Miller.
That's it. Yeah, he should definitely know them. My remember when I was growing up, I would hear that song. So that that's him. He should know them.
Good boys.
Right. Robert says "Fly Like an Eagle" was another hit. By who?
Yeah, remember that too. Yeah.
Oh, by them, by the Steve Miller.
Fly like an eagle.
I probably want to hear it. Is that by them? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Steve Miller. Yeah.
Here we go. I love my Motown and soul, like others, like Bowie. Hate a lot of other crap.
Yeah. I like Motown and soul, guys. I'm big into that. But then again, I've got a wide variety of shit I like. So.
Yeah.
I love Motown and soul music back then. You know, if I could remember half of the people I used to listen to.
Another song called The Joker.
No, that was their biggest hit, I think, Robert. The Joker. That was their biggest hit. The Joker, yeah, great track.
Wally says, I'm just kidding. I know you are, Wally. He was subliminally saying Kieran should know because they're from East London. He knows.
Yeah, that didn't ring a bell.
He said they
normally when a band comes from East London and make it, everyone goes on about it. So
they were big in the 70s. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I just knew that one song was Abracadabra, but I like that song as well. So like I said, I went straight to that.
You listen to The Joker. That's probably their biggest, from what I remember. That's a big hit.
Did that come before or after Abracadabra? Because maybe I've heard that one as well. So Abracadabra when I was a kid was, I think, always on the radio. Like it was always playing. Right. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So,
yeah. Well, I know Oliver. Fucking 120 odd million views, man. That's fucking insane, isn't it?
What has he done?
He done a couple of other tracks as well.
No, but I'm saying business-wise, has he made any money from his fame?
Don't know. But he has been touring. I think he popped over to Australia for some country festival. Popped in and popped out. I'm not sure. And I don't think it was far from here either. I didn't even know about it. But he's been touring and doing shows, and every show he does gets sold out everywhere.
So yeah,
but he won't. From the last I heard, he wouldn't do anything with record companies.
No,
he's just doing his shit.
And I think thing is, in this day and age, providing you've got the outlet, being independent is better than being with a label anyway, because
Yeah.
you know all of the stipulations and being a slave to the system. So if you can do it independent, that's always the best way, where you own everything that you're.
As soon as he dropped that song, I think there's one record company came in and offered him 13 million. You know, and he said,
Nah,
shit,
because
sound it.
if you make a song like that, you know why you don't deal with these record labels. You understand? You know
Yeah.
why. Yeah, you don't want to be part of that shit. So
No,
yeah.
I don't think.
Someone like that is never gonna sign a deal with the devil. They're not gonna do it. You understand? Not after making that song. Yeah.
There's a couple of other tracks he dropped as well, brilliant. Really, really. And it's definitely the message in the song as well, you know. He's got a great voice. I love that guitar he plays. Like, he's got a great voice, but it's not just that, it's the message he's sending. And it is everything we've talked about earlier about being divisive in this world and being he's against that, you know what I mean? He's simple as that. He's about uniting people through his God. You know, I mean, he's got a lot of faith in Jesus because he was fucked and down and out and drugged up and fucked, and he believes Jesus saved him. So that's a lot to do with his music as well.
Yep.
And that's fine. I think faith is a good thing. I'm not a religious person myself, but I think if you've got faith, it's a good, whatever that faith may be, it's a good thing for you.
And you know, sometimes people's faith is not born into a religion. Their faith is, you know, when they're at the lowest point, they call on Jesus or Allah or whoever, and something changes, and therefore that's why they have that faith, because they, you know, say, you know, I was praying, I was down, and so that faith there cannot be broken. Once they've experienced something and they believe this was a direct response to me calling out to whichever God, that faith is, so you're right, it's not a bad thing. Darren says, I've just found this channel last week and missed you live by 5 minutes. Well, Darren, I'm glad you found us. We've been on religiously every Friday at like 10 o'clock. We were doing like a little game show type thing in regards to the predicting the scores and stuff. That ended last week only because the season finished, and then this is the first week where we're just, you know, a chat along. We're just chatting. So yeah, it would just be like talking about whatever.
I couldn't believe it. No, you know when you put the thumbnail up and it's number 36 or whatever it was, we've done it.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's 36 weeks or so in a row I've had to put up with Malcolm.
Yeah.
Listening to him, mate. He's probably not there now. He's out with the Foxes, isn't he?
Feeding the Foxes, yeah. His wife would tell him.
I think I should get a fucking award for that.
Aaron, it's been a long time, man. I'm glad you found us as well. And we're on. Sometimes I schedule late. Like I messaged Geezer this morning and said, "Oh, you're up for it," and then I didn't schedule it till like 4 p.m. or something. But I did say last week we'll be back on it. So yeah, I think people just get used to. They know what time. I don't know where Lawrence is. He weren't here last week.
Yeah, where's Lawrence? Where is it?
I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight taker. That's it.
Yeah, that's the Joker song. Brilliant. I don't know if it's Taker or Toker.
Toker, probably, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, Midnight Toker. Yeah. Great track that Joker. Good.
Lovey dovey all the time.
That's another lyric from them. Yeah.
Surely I've heard it, but then if it was not played in the 80s, then maybe I ain't. But
yeah, you should listen to that, mate. The Joker one, it's good.
I was listening to Enya, Sail Away. I remember that song.
Enya. Irish.
I remember the name. And
great track. That was a big hit when that came out.
Sail away.
Sail away, sail away, sail away.
I know that song.
And the video was quite good that went with it.
That was 80s, wasn't it? It was, because
yeah, I'd say so, guys. Yeah.
That was definitely 80s. Yeah, I remember that. Right, it's hour and a half. You I said we'd do probably 90 minutes because normally we do 2.5 hours because of the show. Geezer, we
do what we want.
Yeah, we do what we want, mate. But yeah, I'm glad Darren's found us. I'm glad you lot could all tune in. And yeah, every week up until we'll have the Euros soon. But yeah, any subject matters, you lot put it in. We'll just chat about it. Politics, news, sport, whatever. We will talk about it. Before I go, I screenshot this. Yeah, it's. Let me read this out. Let's see your thoughts on this. This was Balotelli. I don't know when he said this though. This would be the right. So this is Mario Balotelli. I don't know if it definitely was him. Right, Balotelli. For the good of football, please don't compare Messi to Man United's number 7 Ronaldo again. If we're talking statistically, they're the same. But as someone who played against both, I can say that, in my opinion, Messi is out of this world. Embarrassing. You can never get the better of him. In terms of quality, Messi is better than everyone. I'm convinced that if you ask the defender if they would rather play against Messi or Ronaldo, they would have no doubts. I lead to statistics to journalists, but it's like comparing Diego Maradona and Pele. Pele scored more goals than Maradona, but when Maradona touched the ball, he was something else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've said, for me personally, Ronaldo R9 is the greatest striker in my opinion, and Diego Maradona is the greatest footballer. Now, I didn't see Pele and all, but I'm saying I don't know if it's a similar debate, Pele v Maradona and then Messi v Ronaldo. But if you was to pick Pele or Maradona or Messi or Ronaldo, who would be the two that you would pick?
Well, I'll tell you how that works with Pele and Maradona. I think these four especially are generational superstars, right? They were just amazing at the time. And I think if you come through the Pele era, which we did, we grew up in that, Pele was the greatest footballer of all time. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Until Maradona came along. Now, a lot of people will stick with Pele, but he turned a lot of us, Maradona, thinking, oh, I love Pele. I love Pele. But I think he's better. I think Maradona took it from him, that mantle. And you can't compare. They're in different eras. But it did change a lot of people's view on who you think the best of all time is. And I think a lot of people did change to Maradona after a while, And then, but they're in different eras where Ronaldo and Messi are the same era. Yeah. Which is unusual to get two exceptional talents as they are. But I think as an all-round footballer, it's like saying Haaland. Is he a great footballer? I don't think he is. Is he a great striker? Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Would I want him in my team? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think Messi is the all-round better footballer. Yeah. Absolutely. But you can't deny Ronaldo either. He's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant. Especially if he's doing it for so long. They're so committed to what they do. And I think Messi is the all-round. And he probably is the greatest, but I still think Maradona is close. But I think all round, I think Messi probably nicks it now. Yeah. But Maradona for me was the man. I thought he was just amazing.
Do you know what I like about you? Yeah, I thought about this the other day. You are not one of these people that is stuck in a generation. So when I mention players to you, you can kind of compare them and say, for instance, when I said a long time ago, for me R9, and you was like, you're not stuck on Pele because he was, back in the day. Like for me, when I speak to kids these days, and I'm sticking to R9, I'm telling you now, I'm not wavering from R9, but you're like, like you said, Pele was your guy, then Maradona might have swayed, and now you're saying actually Messi, like overall. So you're like, you're seeing it. Stuck in.
I think there's mitigating circumstances as well in all of that. From Pele, who was kicked the fuck out by every fucker, right? I mean, assaulted in some games. Terrible. Yeah. Messi hasn't had to put up with that much of that these days. You know what I mean?
The pitches, the surfaces.
The pitches are so much better. So there is different reasons, why that. But I think Messi has benefited from that. Better pitches, better refereeing probably, and better rules to protect them. Him and Ronaldo. But still, when you look at it overall, what Messi does with the ball, fucking brilliant. I love Maradona. Maradona used to get kicked the fuck out.
He did.
But he used to bounce off. He used to bounce off that attack. He used to mug them off even when they're trying to kick him and they missed him. He was so good at bouncing off people and keeping going. He was amazing. You fucking hell, man. And I know these guys, you can tell by the tackle coming in, they're there to try and hurt him and stop him, and he jumps over them. It was unreal. Unreal player.
You know what I
So,
would say?
yeah.
I mentioned this before, yeah. I think it was either Barca v Athletic Bilbao or Barca v Sevilla, but there was like a big brawl. And the difference between Messi and Maradona is Maradona was a fucking physical fighter. So I remember in that brawl, he's only like 5'6", tiny.
Yeah.
He could get stuck in physically as well. So he was a real fighter, you know, physically. And I remember in that brawl, he was fucking having it. And Messi, he could never. He
Messi,
no chance.
He's not in there.
But Maradona was a little fucking.
Oh, he was a hard boy. And like I said, and I still think he scored the best goal I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and that was against England.
Yeah.
Overshadowed by his handball, but that goal he scored again, he walked through the fucking England team and put it in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tell me a better goal than that, man. There's some that are close, but
yeah.
To me, that's the best. On the world
stage, exactly.
Fuck me.
But yeah, Maradona for me is top. Right, let me read these comments. Sorry, everyone. Where's this thing? Hold on. Right. Mark says Prince Buster's Big Five. It'll be Pussy versus Cocky tonight. What's that? Prince Buster's Big Five. What is that? Prince Buster's Big Five. What is that, man? Is that a song? Like, no way. It'll be Pussy.
Now it reminds me. What was them songs? Was it in the late 70s or early? What's that guy that used to do them reggae songs that were rude? Is that what you talk about?
Prince Buster's
Is that what you're referring to, Mal? It weren't Prince Buster though. It weren't his name. It was
Pussy versus Cocky. That is fucking hilarious. Was that actually a that's funny. Oh, that's got to be Jamaican as well. That has, yeah. Anyway,
Judge Dredd.
Some people
Judge Dredd. That was his name.
Judge Dredd. I've heard that name.
Have you ever heard them songs, Gazer?
No, maybe I don't. I might be thinking of the film Judge Dredd. Nah, Judge Dredd.
Yeah. I think it was called Judge Dredd.
That sounds Jamaican, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny as fun.
Some people call the Space Cowboy. What, Robert?
There's another lyric.
Oh, okay. I like Enya, Darren. Thoughts on Bellingham? We spoke about Bellingham at the start, Darren. We spoke about the Champions League. We'll speak more next Friday after the Champions League final, which is tomorrow. So that'll be a subject matter for next week, Darren. So hopefully you can tune in at 10 o'clock. But we'll speak more on Bellingham and Sancho and the final. Damn right. Pele took all the knocks. No one dares goes near Maradona with tackles. Pele got.
I think Maradona took a bit of it, Gazer. He was just better at fucking getting out of the way of it. Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. But yeah, Pele just got that one World Cup. I forget who it was he playing against. Uruguay,
probably.
One of that with me. My God, they had to take him off in the end. They kicked him so much. It was disgusting. That's how it was then, wasn't it?
Funny enough, came down to my sisters and been playing ELO and Tom Petty. Right, been playing ELO and Tom Petty. What's that?
ELO's great band, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, another good band.
Wally's response to Tom Petty is Tom Brady is the best footballer. Tom Brady played the wrong shit ball. Right, he says, hold on, get it on YouTube, Titch. So Mount is talking about. One sec. Oh, he's talking about that. I'm going to. That sounds hilarious. He's talking about that. Pussy versus Cocky tonight. That is hilarious. That has got to be Jamaican influence. It has to be that. Pussy versus Cocky.
Yeah. Old class.
Has to be. Come on. Oh, we got. Yeah, he put it here. He said it here. Right. Mount says Big Five.
The Big Five. Yeah.
And then he said Judge Dredd said a Cockney. Oh, Cockney singer.
Yeah, I think they were from London.
Oh. But is it a black guy though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, was he? It was all real reggae based, but it was just a piss take. Yeah, really rude. Very rude at the time.
Yeah. Jamaican.
I'd say so.
Yeah, it has to be.
It was very rude. And yeah. Quite funny.
Cocky versus Pussy tonight. Pussy
And
versus
Big Seven, yeah, it went up in numbers, yeah, it did. But yeah, some funny shit in it, man.
Big Six, Big Seven, up with the cock it. See. Hold
Big
on.
Seven.
There we go. Portugal kicked him to bits, and he always tried to get out. He said the Portugal kicked Pele to bits. Right, you lot. We're gonna end the stream. It's been fun as always. So yeah, this is what it'd be about. Listen, music, old music, new music, which is not really a lot of that. I had to mention Eminem's new thing. Just general chit chat. That's how I said chat along. So yeah, whatever you lot want to talk about, we'll talk about. And the more you lot put in the comments, the better, because then we can just chat away. Any final thoughts, Geezer, before we sign out?
No, mate. Not really. No, fucking no football. Stupid rumours. I'd say old Stu must be still crying, is he?
Oh.
But he's not on, so he must be crying about Leeds. Shame about Leeds, mate. All that effort and never get there, but that's life. At least you got another season of no VAR. There's a positive.
And with the team that's gone down, Leeds would have to be like the favourites, like the top dogs now in that division. Burnley.
Are they still happy with Farker? Are they still happy with him? Is he surviving another year?
Do they want him to Farker off, or are they happy with him?
Yeah.
Max Romeo. Every night I go to sleep, I have a wet dream. Lie down, girl. Let me push it.
Push it up. Push it up.
He was a white rude boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was Jamaican. He would have been Jamaican influence then, definitely. He's like push the cocky and the pussy. Yeah, definitely. Great fun. Wally, appreciate you as always, man. Everybody. Thanks for Darren. Darren, I'm glad you found us and we're here. So I hope you just subscribe and then you
Good to see you again, Darren. See you next week. And we're gonna print out some Trump is innocent t-shirts.
Yeah, and he's gonna wear a MAGA hat.
Yeah, get the MAGA hat on.
I'm gonna say free Trump when he put him in jail. Stu's a hammer. Yep, Farker is fine. If he knows tactics. If you know tactics,
fine. As long as you're happy with him.
Malp, much appreciated, all of you lot. And yeah, we'll be back next Friday, 10 o'clock, and it'll be a similar type thing, and it will be after the Champions League. So we'll see what happens there. Black pussy, white pussy, pink pussy, blue. The name of the game is a little boy blue.
Oh, remember that, Robert? I remember that line in it. Yeah.
Oh God, he's laughing. Look at him. Funny.
Remember that?
That's hilarious. We will see you all next Friday. I hope you have a great week.
Boys.
Look forward to seeing you all next Friday. Ciao.
Layers.
And now I'm going to put the cocky in the pussy. I'm not really, but yeah.